Hi, I'm Dr. Angela McBurdy of DoctorFlute.com, and today's flute tip is on opening your high register. I think one of the hardest things that we flute players have to deal with is our third octave. I think our instinct is to just close it right up. Our embouchure wants to just get smaller and our teeth closer together because that helps us to control that upper register. And control is what you want when the band director tells you to play softly and you have to play a high A or high B flat or high B, because those are in today's college band repertoire, and you as a college student are looking at them like, are you crazy? It's a high B. I can't possibly play that softly. That's when the embouchure just closes right up, and then that causes all sorts of problems because it's not the tone you want. So you have intonation problems, and that register always has intonation problems anyway. But I think when you're working on your high register, you need to go to the opposite of what your instincts are. And the more open you are, the better the tone quality is going to be. When it's a small embouchure, you don't have as much resonance in the tone. Opening up the embouchure allows more partials or harmonics to come into your tone. And those harmonics are what is going to give you the tone you're looking for. If I were to play that little, it's just a little passage in a solo I have here. That's how I have a number of students that would play it that way that I'm working with and working to open the embouchure. I think it goes against instinct, so it's kind of a hard one to fix until students do it, and then they become a believer. And once you become a believer, you never want to tighten up your embouchure again. You just have to believe that opening up, keeping it more open than you possibly think, is the best way to go. If I'm small, that's what it's going to sound like. And I tell the students, well, that's nice. That's not a bad tone. You're controlling it, but it's got the depth of a quarter inch there or a centimeter. That's as much as you've got. You don't have any range. That kind of tone can't get loud, and it doesn't get any softer. It just stays right there. And in our upper register, we want that upper register to have as much of a dynamic range as every other register that you play in. So let me play this again and say, okay, now can I open up a whole lot more? So even just that C is got so much more resonance on it. This is just C, D, E natural. These are the three notes I'm playing. Now all of a sudden there's some sound. It's not tiny. I could play that softly if I wanted to and still be open. Now I am closing up the embouchure hole right here when I want to play soft, but inside I'm keeping it big. And that's the difference between the and one has a little bit more resonance to it. I mean, soft is going to be hard no matter what. But if I'm just going to play it as a mezzo forte, a medium sound, I can keep it open. My teeth are apart, not as far apart as, say, your low register, where you're having, I like to have a finger and a half apart with your teeth in the first octave. You can't possibly be that far apart, but it's always farther apart than you think, and it's probably more than what you're playing. Not only that, when the teeth are open, the embouchure relaxes here, right? The corners don't come back and pinch and make it really a tight sound, because that is also what happens. Okay, and I remember when I used to have a tighter embouchure, and anytime I had to play any length of time in that register, it got so tight here and tired. I felt like I needed a facial massage. And that totally went away when I learned how to open up that upper register, because you can't open up and stay tight here. They just go together, and you loosen it up, and all of a sudden your upper register is just going to pop right out, and it's going to be fun to play up there. Believe me, it can be fun to play in your third octave, and you don't have to be afraid of it. So try opening up your upper register. Don't let it be tight. Keep your embouchure open, your teeth apart, your lips more open than you possibly think. And the only way to know how far is to go too far. And then you say, well, that was too far. I'm not getting anything out. And then you know how far is too far. You know the range. And so maybe you don't go this far, you go this far. But your ear is your guide. You have your ear listen to those sounds. Pay attention. And when you hear the sound you're looking for that has resonance and sparkle, you know that's how far apart your lips and your teeth should be. Have fun working on that. Your upper register, your third octave, can be fun and beautiful, not screechy and harsh. That's today's flute tip. If you like today's flute tip, press the like button, subscribe, comment below, and share it with your friends.